Okay, आपण आज today we'll discuss service process. So what is mean by service process? Type of service accounts, service counter, the service design, and the customer's role benefits of service blueprinting. आपण तकरीबन discuss करणार आहे. That this unit discuss the process of service marketing. Makes it starts with the service encounters and its types. Next, this unit discuss the service blueprint and various types of service blueprint. The role of customers in service redesign is also discussed in this unit. Last service operations are also expanded. In this unit, main objective, first objective, understanding the importance of service encounter. Second, related the service blueprint. Second, discuss the role of customer in service redesign. Understanding the service operations, service process, the productions and delivery process in the manufacturing, sectors rather than in the service sector. Marketers of service are often confused as there is a little difference between marketing and operations management in service. This is because the productions, delivery, and consumptions of service take place simultaneously. Customer service encounters have an impact on the quality of service delivered by the organizations. The service encounter is the actual time period during which an interactions takes place between the service provider and the customer. Among all the service encounters, a few are very important of completing the service delivery process on a successful note. These particular interactions are named critical in science are and are directly responsible for consumer satisfactions or dissatisfactions. Service encounter, service encounter Uh, the customer preparations of service quality is primarily influenced by the service encounter. Customer establish the quality of service throughout his or her interactions with the service provider. Every insight in the service encounter. So some of the customers' satisfactions and its interactions to repeat business with the service provider. Generally, research believe that the first encounter can be critical in transactions. Types of service encounter. There are three types of service encounters. First is the remote encounters, phone encounters, and face-to-face encounters. Remote recounts do not involve and direct human contact. Customer can customize the quality of a remote encounter with the help of trainable clues of the service and the quality of the technical process and system. Phone encounters over the years, the use of telecommunications has increased significantly. Companies have started to offer telephone service like customer inquiry, registrations of compliments, text order, and receive ticket, face-to-face encounters. Service blueprint Madapan major service blueprint compounds are customer actions line of interaction on stage, contract to employees actions line of visibility, third backstage, contract actions line of internal actions, and invisible support actions. Next role of service blueprints. Blueprints map the entire service delivery process to facilitate maximize satisfactions to the customer. More inputs were added to the service delivery. Service evolved from very simple step of complex process, and there arose a need for the marketers to get a bird's eye view of the whole process. Flowchart 6 in identify the following in the process. The time it takes to move from one process to another. Second, the cost involved with each process step. Third, the amount of inventory built up at each process step. And the bottlenecks in the system. A customer blueprint has three core elements: identifications of all those functions that exist to deliver a service along with the appropriate personnel with efficiency, responsibility, authority, and accountability. Next, the relationship among the different functions of service compounds are explained by the graphics and charts. The relationship is based on time and sequence with each other. For a hotel, the sequence of housekeeping in relations to receptions and registration has to be elaborated with a specific time interval. Third, setting up of standards of for each function with tolerance levels and variance from stands. These tolerance for variance should not adversely affect the service quality and advertising. Steps in designing a service blueprint. तर त्याच्या service blueprint for many steps. First step is identify the process to be blueprinted. Second, map process from the customer's point of view. Third, draw line of interactions. Fourth, draw the line of visibility. Map process from customer contract person's view, destinations, visible activities from those that are invisible. Draw line of internal interactions, and fifth, link customer and contract person activities to need support functions. Service redesigns and customers roles. First, there are major properties of fail points in the service delivery system. Although service cultures do follow Murphy's laws and cannot be avoided in spite of the best of planning, it can certainly be maximized by blueprinting. There are three characteristics to this fail point which the service marketers would do well to observe and analysis for its implications. There are first the protection of for operations manual malfunctions is high. Results of the manufacturings are very visible to customers. Third, system manufacturings in regarding by customer as particularly significant. Example of hard service stands are number of complex reserve, number of warranty claims, number of or dollar value of sales, return on exits, number of repeat customers, number of reflections, etc. Next, benefits of service blueprinting. The objective of service blueprinting is to show how information extent customers are processed. To put all them in a blueprint, it shows imply that they are elements of uncertainty. The following are the benefits of blueprinting a service process. First, though blueprinting, marketing, and operation personnel are able to communicate with each other on paper before they do so in real time. Second, it provides a check on the logical flow of the whole process. Third, bottlenecks represent point in a system where the customer waits the longest. This identification should help the service manager understand the reasons for the delay and come out with solutions. Balance productions line. This implies that process times and inverters of all steps are the same. If not, the customer never waits for the next process. This implies of the service manager that there will be incomplete service experience. It is an effective tool for manager to recognize the benefits of changing system to process customer more effectively. It helps the marketer to set target times internally based on customers' accepted level of service operations. Service operations includes the entire service process. The major certain is the service delivery. Customers trained to prescriptive the service delivery system as part of the service itself. The pedagogy teaching methodology, which can include plain lectures, group works, assignment, case analysis, project benefits, model role plays, experimental exercise, book review, cinema analysis, etc. There are two types of blueprints. First type is one-side blueprint. Second is two-side blueprint. Third, uh, two-side blueprint, two types of scripts. First is conversion scripts and disversion scripts. New positions can be made or the old one can be reinforced in the following four ways. Reduce diversions. Second, increasing divergence. Third, reduce complexity. Fourth, increasing complexity. In this chapter, my summary is difficult is assessing the service process has given rise to many methodologies in service encounter analysis and measurements, which seek to map the service process It is known as service blueprinting. Service flowcharts allows manager to better understand service process. Designing the process becomes to the key to product design. In the designing stage, it is ensured that the visible part of operations is supported by invisible process. Customer actions, outstage contact, employees options, backstage contacts, employees options, and other support functions from the compounds of a service blueprint. There are four major steps in designing a service blueprint. Identify process to blueprint, map the process from customer point of view, draw line and interactions, and draw line of visibility. In this chapter, main key terms is blueprinting, line of interactions, line of visibility, price or experience goods, high contract service, low contract service, and search goods, service marketing, etc. Next, unit is people in service. In this chapter, interability, the in-service factors of service make the people involved in service the most critical and important. More and more service firms are discovering that this is the enable for this decide competitive advantage and definition. Both internal customers, employees, and the internal customer play a vital role in service delivery. This unit discuss the role of the people in service organization. This unit would include customer as well as employees to discuss the service delivery process. Last, this unit provide overview of dealing with different customers. In this chapter, main objective is realize the importance of service provide, describe the boundary, uh, spanning roles of service organizations employees. Now, third, identify the different roles that international customer play in a service firm. And fourth, explain the role of customer in service delivery. On how difficult customer are dealt with. People in service, many services organizations know their personal both at point of frontline delivery and during the production process that does not, the final customer. Thus, the service personnel have an important role in not only designing the service but also in delivery it. Many service involve customers as co-producer in designing the service offering to suit their individual preference. In this case, the service personnel play an important role in helping the end customer present his requirement fixly. The perceptions of a service by a customer also depends on the other customer receiving the same service. Basically, the image of the service are large affected by the views and statistics of other users, rural employees, and internal customers for service, partly due to its characteristics of inability, inseparability, and variability. People have become one of the most important strategy variables there. Therefore, are the main definitors for the service firm. There could be two service organizations in the same business propositions having the advantage of the same equipment, technology, and completely goods. Competitivity, the term internal customers include employees of the service firm, channel partners like direct sales agents, retailers, franchise, and business process outsource. A better skill and trained internal customer would be able to communicate better with the internal customer. Next, transactions. A highly trained and skilled provider will be able to deliver a high quality service. The quality of transactions will have minimal service failures, and if there are such unfortunate insights, then there will be scope for swift service recoveries. Concern is high, only a highly trained carriers of internal customers would be able to constantly deliver the service at all levels and at all times. Next, identically boundary spanning roles. The service providers are unique in the sense that they are constantly interacting with their internal as well as external environment. They receive information from the external non-members of the service organization, transfer them insight for it to react and respond positively in future. They also interact with the outside world and representatives of the service firm almost at its spokesperson. They are the service firm. In this way, service provider adopt roles that span a wide boundary, helping link their service firm with the environment. Next, different roles played by internal customer. As mentioned in the previous sections, by virtues of depends on people, internal customer play a variety of roles that stand behind the expected boundaries. The role internal customer play can fact under four major groups. Analysis of the four groups and the conventions roles will reveal also the importance of the people factor the following. First, the efficiency and effectiveness of the service firm, customer responsiveness, image and positive of the firms, especially where lacking any equivalent tangibility to service. They form the major part of definitions of the service firm. Opportunity to create additional value as the Singapore Airlines have successfully adopted. The four groups or roles are contractor, second modifiers, influence, isolated, understanding and mining customers. Some example of the self-service enabled with technology use are first e-commerce, especially internet-based shopping, which includes merchants browsing and payments. Second, automated fill in income tax and other legal claims, railway and airline reservations, also known as tickets, online training and reconciliations, e-actions participants and payment, ATMs, distance educations, tracking of package, tracking of bank accounts and transactions, internet information research, and interactive voice response system. Dealing with the different customers, the quality of service transaction supervising depends on the characteristics and trait of the customer. The customer of the same service from an offer and different from each other due first differing backgrounds of educations, family occupations, income, different skill, attitude, and aptitude, different moods, involvement, experience, awareness, and prescriptions. Training and educations of the customer. Second way is highlighting and targeting the chosen segment. Customer retention strategy मध्ये four types आहेत financial bonds, social bonds, customized bonds, and structural bonds. In this chapter, my summary is service organizations could be pre-received to be really different in their approach to customer service and consulting in service delivery. So better skill and train internal customer would be able to communicate better with external customer. Everyone seem to possess the same high skill. Unfortunately, that makes it hard for the customer to direct any change in the service delivery. This goes a long way in putting the customer in comfort zones, preventing him from having any feeling of fear, anxiety, or dissonance. The internal customer play various role in an organization's context, modify, influence, and isolated by making the customer participate in the service delivery process. The service firm harvests both benefits and challenges. The firm benefits from share cost effect and it's able to make do with laser service personnel. The motive of the service marketers to get customer participation is to increase productivity and customer satisfaction seamlessly. The goal is to reduce cost and uncertainty that comes from applicable customer behavior. In this unit, key terms, contractor, difficult customers, internal customer, stated and modify. Next chapter is physical events. In this chapter, study main point is the physical events, types of service events, service events, and marketing. Main physical events, locational, preparation, atmospheric, and image prescriptive, operational, pre-prescriptive, consumer use prescriptive, contact customer prescriptive, interruptions, intangible natures of service make a convenience customer very difficult in case of service. How your service provider handle these situations by providing some cues to make service offer more tangible and easier to evaluate another characteristics of service that affect the physical environment of service is inseparability. Physical events communicates with the customers along with the other aspect of service marketing mix and needs to be managed carefully. This unit discuss the physical events in case of service. Role of service events is marketing strategy. It's also one of the point is this unit. This unit also discuss the management of physical events in case of service. In this chapter, main objective is understand the concept of physical events, identify the types of physical events in service, install the role of service events in marketing strategy, discuss the importance of physical events in the management of service. Physical event service customers experience a greater perceived risk as the cannot rate a particular service until it is a consumed. Therefore, service providers should try to attach an elements of tangibility to their service offering. Next, service event. It is another factor that influences customer preparations about a service. The intangibility characteristics of service makes customers look for events of the service in every interactions with the service provided. Next types of service events. Before making a purchase decisions, customer often try to access the service events with the help of technical tools like the service organization, personal process, and physical events. They evaluate the behavior of the service organizers personal in terms of friendship, knowledge of producer, and therefore willingness to help customers. Following are the types of service events. Service personnel. They play an important role in defining the quality of service encounter in the mind of the customers. The ability of the personnel to be friendly and response will be make the service experience a pleasant one for customer. Second, process of service delivery, the physical environment. Service evidence and marketing. Service evidence supports the marketing strategy of a service organization by setting the first impression of customers, margin, lower trust in the service provider, facilitate quality service providing the sensory simulations to customer, changing the image of the service organizations and instilling the service philosophy in the employees of the service provider. Next, tactic and shaping the first impressions of the customer, managing the trust of the customer, facilitating quality service, providing a sensory simulations to customers, changing the image of service organization, instilling the service philosophy in the employees of the service provider. Many physical events. The physical events comprise of a number of factors, each of which has a bearing on the customer prescriptions of the service provider. Services are intangible, but they are accompanied by physical objects that cannot be categorized as true product claims. According to Truly and Fugate, the difficult goods categories to be considered while designing the physical events for a service are first location prescriptive, atmospheric and image prescriptive, operational, consumer use, and contract personal. The atmospheric and image prescriptive model. First rule I layout, second signage, image, the operational prescriptive model. This includes both the productions and delivery of service. Service are experience and therefore require the customer to be present at the time of service delivery. The service scapes in such a scenario involves various factors. First, equipments, science for use of technology, cleanliness. Consumer use prescriptive. This except focus on the degree to which servicescape in designing around the customer and rather than the operation. These include factors as expand in this section: billing statement, stationery, internet web page, tickets, contract personal prescriptive. Contract personnel are a part of servicescape and also form a part of the service product. A contract personnel several types of response they want to elicit from the customers. First, mining physical events of the strategy. First, cooperative examination score. Second, cooperative strategy. Third, clarity roles of servicescape. Agenda planning the servicescape, customer response, identify opportunity, update and modernize. Summary. Several in this summary, service bringing intangible create problem for both customers who are consulting looking for the clues to overcome things. Service provider who want to elicit a favorable response from the customer. The service provider can overcome this by mining the service scape. The process of strategy management of service scapes in a continuous process and need to be updated. Customer are present at the time of delivery of service. Physically awareness is an important aspect of the 7 P's of service marketing mix. It communicates with the customers along with the other elements of service marketing, mix and helps them innovate service. The importance of physical events is further highlighted by the fact that it affects consumer satisfactions too. The unit brings more the importance of mining physical events. It's delineates the locations, atmosphere, and image operations, customer use, and the contract personal perspective for designing physical events. Thus, by effectively managing the servicescapes, and organizations can subtitle influence customer prescription decisions and satisfactions while purchasing the service. Atmospheric and image perspective, consumer use perspective, location perspective, operational perspective, physical events and service scape. Mining service quality. Mining service quality in the current era of current thorough competitions is very important for service marketer consulting delivery high levels of service to their customers. Product marketing quality is important concept is marketing of the service quality. In its simplest form can be expected explained as meeting the specializations. However, the context of marketing quality much more than mere meeting of special specifications, but assume a central role in identify the achieving customer focus. This unit discusses the basic concept of service and its meaning. The unit then goes on the explore in this unit main objective understand the concept quality, understand different domains of service. HMRDM. Five approaches of quality can be summarized. First, transcendent approach, product-based approach, user-based approach, production-based approach, value-based approach, service encounter, service designing, service productivity, service provider cooperative culture. Dominations of service quality. Two dominations are first is technical or outcome domination, process function dominations, service quality models, periodic model, implementation, the survival model, the components of model, survival, service product, service delivery, service environment, the antecedents model. In this chapter, summary is understand the service quality is of importance for service organizations. To be successful, service quality can be used as a strategic tool to create competitive advantage. However, it is often a complex and subjective process to understand, analysis, and manage service quality. The unit began with the discuss on how service quality can be understood from different perspectives and more on to listening the different dimensions of service quality. The unit further discuss various models to service quality in order to provide multiple perspective which can be helpful in magazine service quality and its constitutions. The unit also discuss possible gaps in service quality that may occur due to difference and alignment in designing the delivery of service. The unit collective with the same suggestions on how service quality can be improved. Uh, Make it a service quality. technical quality, process quality, service quality, specification, internal quality, and external quality. Okay. Thank you very much.